for people who are trying to lose weight often gets lost is uh, there is this concept of BMR, basal metabolic rate, which our bodies have a certain level. But if we keep starving our body on a regular basis, the body also automatically reduces that BMR. And then, you know, even if you ate the same amount, it's actually going to put on weight. So this point about uh, your body is adjusting based on what you are, making it face. And therefore, the results are not always going to be, okay, I ate this much, so I'm going to lose weight. But your BMR, if your BMR also goes down, you're sort of fighting against yourself.
Yeah, it's actually a discussion around weight loss. I think is there are multiple things there, and it's a longer conversation and very valuable worth having. Um, when you're starving and when you have lost weight, so some of the parameters that we know of when we calculate basal metabolic rate and your total energy needs are based on your age and your gender, and those are kind of your non-modifiable. Although I would question both these days. But also your physical activity level. Those are some of the things that we take into consideration when we measure caloric needs, right? But when you have lost weight, so your body weight is another parameter that gets into the calculation of your basal metabolic value of basal metabolic rate and your total caloric need. So as you lose weight, the amount of energy that you need is now lower because your basal metabolic rate has been adjusted. It doesn't, and it can cause weight gain. It usually starts with the weight plateauing, right? But we have to understand that the weight that we are tracking also is influenced by sodium intake, also is influenced by quality of carbohydrates, amount of carbohydrates, muscle mass, right? So, but I think, so those are all different things. And I think that we have to unpack all of them. And I think it's worth discussing. But at a high level, if we think about what are some ways for me to also, lose weight, but I'm mainly doing it because I want to have that vitality and live a longer life. If that's your objective, short term is okay. I want weight loss, but I'm basically doing this for vitality and longevity. Then I would say calorie restriction, and calorie restriction is ongoing. So now I am leaner, I have lost weight, I'm still continuing with calorie restriction, 10 to 20% calorie restriction, right? You don't have to go up to 30, 40%. You can, depending on what is your baseline, your muscle stores, abdominal obesity, etc. But I would iterate. So if the outcome is weight loss, the prescription that I would follow is different. I think it's worth following. Weight is a really good indicator, at least of metabolic outcomes, right? But I think you have to iterate, and I think a broad theme here is calorie restriction, and then the other theme I think which we will probably touch upon is eating within time windows and being consistent about when you eat. Very, very critical.